Europe faces a growing threat. Neo-Nazism is on the rise. This isn't just history repeating itself. This is a new wave of hate fueled by online networks. These groups are organized and increasingly violent. They use social media to spread their message. They target young people, exploiting their anxieties. From Germany to France, this resurgence attacks democratic values. We must take this threat seriously. We must stand united against intolerance. We must fight for a world where everyone feels safe and respected. The time to act is now. The internet has become a breeding ground for neo-Nazi groups. It provides them with a global reach. They exploit the anonymity of the internet to spread their poisonous ideology. They use encrypted messaging services. They create dedicated forums. These online spaces become echo chambers of hate. One forum in particular has thousands of users. It has hundreds of thousands of posts. It's a digital meeting place for neo-Nazis. They share propaganda and discuss their twisted beliefs. They even plan actions. The forum has strict rules. They prohibit personal details. This makes it harder for law enforcement to track them. The internet also makes it easy to buy and sell illegal Nazi memorabilia. Websites operate openly, offering uniforms, medals and propaganda materials. These sites are often hosted overseas. This makes it harder to shut them down. The sale of these items fuels the glorification of Nazi ideology. Law enforcement agencies face a huge challenge. They need to find ways to combat the spread of this hate online. We need stronger laws and better international cooperation. We also need tech companies to take responsibility for the content on their platforms. Neo-Nazi groups romanticize the past. They glorify the Nazi regime. They ignore the horrors of the Holocaust. This dangerous nostalgia is appealing to young people. They are drawn to the perceived order and discipline of the Nazi era. They are seduced by the propaganda. The demand for Nazi memorabilia is fueling a thriving online market. You can find anything from uniforms and medals to personal letters and photographs. These items are often marketed as historical artifacts, but they are actually tools of hate. They normalize and glorify Nazi ideology. One shocking example is the case of a 96-year-old former Waffen-SS soldier. He proudly displays his Nazi medals. He reminisces about his time in the unit. This individual participated in the massacre of hundreds of civilians. Now young neo-Nazis see him as a hero. This is why education is so important. We need to teach young people about the horrors of the past. We need to help them understand the dangers of extremist ideologies. We need to build a world where this kind of hate is unthinkable. Neo-Nazis are not content to stay on the fringes of society. They are actively trying to infiltrate mainstream institutions. This includes law enforcement and the military. Their goal is to subvert these institutions from within. They want to spread their ideology. They want access to weapons and training. In France, there have been dozens of cases of soldiers openly identifying as neo-Nazis. They display tattoos, salutes and even flags. This raises serious concerns about screening processes. How are these extremists slipping through the cracks? Germany is facing a similar problem. Several individuals with links to the military and police were arrested for plotting to overthrow the government. Some of them were associated with the Unite and Fight group. They had access to weapons and explosives. This infiltration is a clear and present danger. It undermines public trust in essential institutions. It also creates the potential for violence and instability. We need to take this threat very seriously. Section 5. United by Hate, the case of Unite and Fight. Unite and Fight is a paramilitary organization with hundreds of members. Some are current and former members of the German military and police. The group claims to be involved in humanitarian missions, but leaked internal documents tell a different story. Their actions suggest a more sinister agenda. The group's recruitment methods are shrouded in secrecy. They use rituals and oaths of loyalty. Nazi propaganda has been found in the homes of some members. They participate in extremist forums and events. The evidence suggests strong links to neo-Nazi ideology. One prominent case involves Franco A, a former German soldier. He trained at the prestigious French military academy Saint-Cyr. He was arrested for plotting a terrorist attack against an anti-racist activist. His case shows how deeply ingrained extremist ideology can be, even within seemingly elite institutions. Section 6. Franco A, a soldier turned terrorist. Franco A was a model soldier. He had a promising career ahead of him, but beneath the surface he harbored dangerous beliefs. He became radicalized during his time in the military. He fell in with the Unite and Fight group. They fed his hatred of immigrants and minorities. Franco A became obsessed with the idea of a race war. He believed that the white race was under threat. He saw himself as a warrior fighting for a just cause. His online activity revealed his growing extremism. Franco A was arrested while trying to retrieve a hidden weapon. He was planning to carry out a terrorist attack. His case was a wake-up call for security services across Europe. It showed how easily a seemingly normal person can be radicalized. It highlighted the need for better screening and monitoring within the military. Section 7. The allure of white supremacy, from dating sites to bunkers. Neo-Nazis are finding new ways to connect and spread their ideology. They are even using dating sites. One site caters exclusively to white people. It promotes a vision of racial purity and white supremacy. The site's creator is a self-proclaimed white supremacist. She makes no secret of her beliefs. She wants a white ethno-state. She demonizes racial minorities. The site's users share her vision. They use coded language and pseudonyms to avoid detection. The allure of white supremacy extends beyond the digital world. Some extremists are creating physical spaces to live out their ideology. One example is the bunker in France. It's a secluded World War I era structure. A group of neo-Nazis gather there to share their beliefs and plan for a race war. This is a chilling reminder of the real-world danger posed by these groups. They are not just harmless keyboard warriors, they are armed and dangerous. We need to take them seriously. Section 8. The Conversano community, a haven for radicals. Daniel Conversano is a leading figure in the online neo-Nazi movement. He is charismatic and tech-savvy. He has built a sophisticated propaganda machine. He uses live streams, podcasts and social media to spread his message of hate. Conversano presents himself as an intellectual. He carefully avoids overt illegality, but his message is clear. He promotes white supremacy, anti-Semitism and racial hatred. He wants his followers to wake up to the supposed threat posed by immigration and multiculturalism. Conversano's influence is growing. He has relocated to Romania. He sees it as a country more receptive to his beliefs. He is encouraging his followers to join him. He wants to build a new society based on racial purity. This is a dangerous development. Conversano is translating online hate into real-world action. We need to be aware of his tactics and his influence. We need to counter his message with facts and compassion. Section 9. Combating the threat. Strategies and challenges. Combating the rise of neo-Nazism requires a multifaceted approach. Law enforcement agencies need the resources and tools to track and disrupt these groups. We need stronger laws against hate speech and incitement to violence. International cooperation is essential to share information and coordinate efforts. Education is key. We need to teach young people about the dangers of extremism. We need to promote critical thinking skills. We need to help them build resilience against hate speech. We need to create a society where diversity is celebrated and respected. Tech companies have a responsibility to address the spread of hate on their platforms. They need to remove extremist content and ban users who violate their terms of service. They need to cooperate with law enforcement. They need to be part of the solution. This is not an easy fight. Neo-Nazi groups are adaptable and resilient. They are constantly finding new ways to spread their message and recruit new members. We need to be vigilant and proactive. Section 10. The future of hate, a call to action. The rise of neo-Nazism is a stark reminder that hate is not a relic of the past. It is a present danger. We must confront this threat head-on. We cannot afford to be complacent. We need to be vigilant in our own communities. We need to challenge hate speech whenever we see it. We need to support organizations that are fighting for tolerance and understanding. This is a fight for the soul of our societies. We must choose hope over hate. We must choose unity over division. We must choose love over fear. The future depends on it.
So hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications, and let's turn the page on a new adventure together. Get ready to experience books like never before, only on VBook 360. Like, comment, and share to support the channel and keep the video magic alive. Thank you for stopping by. And remember, every video has a story, and every story deserves to be shared. See you in the next video.